Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome, I'm Stefania. Today I'm gonna set up my bullet journal for 2024. It's finally time to do it. I know that probably this video is gonna come out in the new year already, and I'm sorry about it, but I just couldn't do it before. The first thing you're gonna see, it's a new notebook. Sadly, there's not an unbox with me video about this notebook because I've done it, but then I've deleted the video before I even created something with it, so I'm sorry about it. Anyway, this is definitely a cheap one. It's not a very expensive notebook, but the paper is not that bad. The only problem that I have is that the pages aren't white, and I kind of hate it. While I'm gonna work on the cover page, I just want to talk a little bit about the notebook and the video and about a few things. So let's start from this notebook. I found it and I've decided to give it a try. As I've said, it's not an expensive one because it's under 16 euros if I'm not wrong. And I've decided to buy it because my plan was to use it for my yearly pages. I've decided to move all my yearly pages from 2023 in this notebook and to add here the new one for this year. And this is because sometimes there are some spreads that need the previous one. For example, my last time I always need to go and search in a previous notebook for the year before just to have an idea or things like that. I like to have all of these spreads together, so I've decided to take it, let's say, away from my normal bullet journal and create these yearly collections. I think we can call it in this way. About this video, there are a lot of spreads. Sadly, while I was working on my goals page, that got cut because my memory was full and the phone stopped recording, and let's say I've only noticed it when it was time to edit the video, so sadly that part is missing. But other than that, there are a lot of spreads here, so be prepared. After the cover page, in which I've decided to go with a scrapbooking theme, which is gonna be the one that I'm gonna use for the whole setup this year, I've started with, let's call it a calendar or yearly a glance or 2024, call it how you want it. I've created some stickers because I didn't want to write all the days by hand. Also because I always make mistakes when I do that. And when I say mistakes, I mean that I'm not talking about one or two, I'm talking about multiple mistakes. And I've also created stickers because I will use them again also in another spread, so it was the best choice ever. At the end of the day, this page is only there for a yearly glance. Maybe I'm gonna write some important stuff here, I still have to see it. I don't use it as a real future log. The next spread is I'm a lady one, and it's my period tracker. I've created the same one last year and I thought it was perfect for me, so I've decided to create it in the same exact way. Another thing you're gonna notice is that I had to cut a few parts here and there, and I had to speed up the video, elsewhere this video would have took me forever. In fact, I've created this spread in 2 days, not only one day. It took me hours because there are a lot of spreads, and so I had to make it fit in less than 20 minutes. So this is why you're gonna see maybe some jumping here and there, but at the end of the day, I'm not cutting important things. time to work on my migraine tracker. I absolutely love having it next to my period tracker because I know the two things can be connected, but sadly migraines don't go only with my period. I've been suffering with them for years and years and years, and for me it's extremely important to track them, so this is why I have a simple tracker here in my yearly pages, and then I also have one each single month. But at the end of the day, I wanted to have a, let's say, an yearly view about it, and so this is why I came out with this type of tracker. I'm just gonna color the day in which I have it, and if I take certain pills, I'm just gonna write there, and that's it. I'm not gonna go too crazy about it, because for that I have another notebook. Then I have my workout tracker. Just like for the previous one, I have one each single month, and then I have a yearly one. It's the same one as my previously trackers, the one that you just seen right now, but in this case I'm gonna color the day in which I work out, and if I hit the gym, I'm just gonna, for example, put gym in it, so I'm gonna be able to know if I've worked out at home or at the gym. As you can see, a lot of my trackers are basically the same. There are a lot of spreads in this video, but a lot of them are really identical one to each other. Then it's time for my last time eye, and here you're not gonna see me filling in this page. I'm just gonna create the layout, and then I will simply add everything later on, because I thought it was better just not to do it in this video. And this is what you're gonna notice about all the spreads that need something in them. I'm not gonna write anything right now, I'm gonna do it later, so that this video is gonna not be that long. And another reason is because I was thinking about doing a flip through video about these pages later on, in which I'm gonna explain how these trackers work, because some of them are a little bit more complicated. So this is why there's not a lot in these pages right now. They're gonna be filled in throughout the year without a doubt. Now I'm gonna work on my social media trackers. I have one for Instagram, one for YouTube, just like last year, and I've decided to add one for TikTok. Here's the thing, since these three trackers are the same, basically I use them in the same way, you're gonna see them all here together. I'm gonna skip from one to the other. I'll just write all the months of the year, and then I'm gonna write how many followers or subscribers I have at the beginning of the year, and then each single month at the end of the month. So I'm gonna be able to see how many followers I've gained or lost throughout the month, how many for Instagram, how many posts and how many reels I've put out there on the social media in that month. For YouTube, how many videos I've actually uploaded and how many I've planned to actually do that month, because sometimes I think I'm gonna do 5 videos and then I only upload 4, and so I want to keep track of this thing. And on TikTok I simply have how many TikTok I've posted and how many likes I get throughout the month for each single month. And at the bottom I have space where I can write the total at the end of the year, so I can see how things changed. The next spread is a social media ideas, I would call it in this way. So every single time I have an idea for Instagram or YouTube or TikTok, I can write it down here. But here's the thing, I was like, okay, how much space do I need? Like, can I make everything fill into a page, or should I do Dutch doors? What do I do? And then I've decided to create a little pocket so I can fill pages inside it and I can have enough space. And most of all, I can also divide the ideas according to for what it could work. Like, for example, a long video can work for YouTube but not for TikTok and Instagram, and so goes on. So I can have, for example, 3 pages, one for Instagram, one for TikTok, one for YouTube. Or I can decide just to do a single page in which I'm gonna write the title of the video or the post or whatsoever, and then next to it I don't know, draw the 3 different icons and check the one where I think it could work better. Then it's time for my YouTube videos tracker. I've created this one and basically I have these stickers that I've used also for my here at a glance, and underneath them I'm just gonna write the videos that came out, let's say, each single month, and so I can see when and what came out each single month on YouTube. I've decided to create this one only for YouTube. It has no point in doing it for Instagram or TikTok, so this was specifically for YouTube. The next spread is an anxiety tracker. This year has been extremely hard for me. It's been a tough year and it wasn't easy. I've learned more about myself. Like, I'm not only a shy person, but what I've been dealing with in the past years, actually a lot of years, is social anxiety, and I have to learn more about it, or better, to understand how it works with me. I quite often know it, but I felt like having a tracker in which I can track different things could be helpful. I'm not gonna spend time here explaining how this is gonna work, but I'm gonna probably do in the flip through, but I really felt the need of creating one, so here it is. The next spread is important again for my anxiety. Most of all, it's gonna be incredibly important by the end of the year, and it's a letter for each single month of the year. It's basically every single month do a letter to myself in which I talk about the month itself, and most of all about the good things that happened, because by the end of the year I only always see the bad part of the year that just passed, and it's not good for my mental health. It's not at all. So I thought that this spread could be extremely helpful by the end of the year. The next spreads are all about anxiety, basically. So this one, it's solo date time. I have to learn to be okay with my own self, and because of social anxiety, it's hard for me to be between people. It's hard. I struggle a lot, and I have to learn to be okay with my own self first, and like to love myself first. And so I thought that the best idea to do it is challenge myself with solo dates. The plan is there are 12 months. Try to go at least on a solo date each single month. I know for some people it's gonna be like, it's easy, but if you've struggled with something like this, you know it's not that easy. It's not. So I've decided to come out with this page, and next to it there is a spread in which I'm gonna write some solo date ideas, and it's quite simple. Again, I didn't fill in anything in these pages because I'm gonna do it later on, and then maybe I'm gonna talk about them a little bit more in a flip through video. Again, because of me struggling with my mental health, another important thing is self-care and self-love, and so I've decided to create a self-care bingo. How it's gonna work, I'm just gonna write the different things in each single box, let's say, and then I'm gonna have enough space to color underneath them. I have the 12 months here, and I'm gonna give a color for each single month, and then I'm not gonna like check that thing like, oh, I've done that thing about self-care, I'm just gonna check it. No, my plan is to actually color underneath it like a little square for the month in which I've done that thing. Books can help you. This is about anxiety or personal growth. A thing I've noticed that helped me, for example, is seeing that other people are dealing with what I'm dealing with and that I'm not alone. And seeing videos can help, but also reading books about certain topics can be extremely helpful. So I've created a spread in which I'm gonna put the books that I think could help me, or maybe the books that I will at the end of the day read. I still don't know, I still have to figure it out, but I thought that they deserved a page. We are at the end of the video finally, and I'm sorry the goals page is not here, but you'll see it in the flip through. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know with a comment if you would love to see a flip through of these pages in which I'm going to talk a little bit more about them, because I know that to create a short video I had to talk not enough about certain spreads. As always, thank you so much for your support. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumb up, to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye!